Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by Bell Tire. Well, tonight, two of the top table setters in the entire American League will square off. Johnny Damon batting in the 2 slot for the Tigers, and number 2 for the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter, a surefire Hall of Famer. He's in the lineup tonight as well for the Bronx Bombers. It is a cool, cloudy, overcast night here at the ballpark. Welcome to Game 2 of the doubleheader featuring the New York Yankees and the Detroit Tigers. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, Ron Allen. Glad to have you with us for the nightcap. Good start to the day today for the Tigers. They beat the New York Yankees in the first game. Rick Porcello, Ron, was outstanding in that one. Hopefully more of the same tonight from Jeremy Bonderman in Game 2.
Well, Bondo's going to have to pitch the game of his life as he's going to maneuver through this outstanding New York Yankees lineup. Last time he went out there against the Cleveland Indians, he left too many balls over the heart of the plate, and they ended up knocking him out of the game. Of course, that was that rain-shortened game.
And the Tigers have a pretty good lineup of their own, so it's going to be a challenge tonight for Phil Hughes, but he has gotten off to a terrific start, and you can say that right now in the American League, he's one of the best pitchers so far.
You know, he was in competition with Jabba Chamberlain for that number 5 spot, and in the Yankees rotation in spring training. That went to Hughes, and boys, he made the manager Joe Girardi look awfully good with this decision. All he's done this year is go 4-0 with an outstanding earned run average. He's pitched 32 innings this year. He's only given up 2 extra base hits. Yes, 2 extra base hits this year for Hughes, getting it done with good fastballs, curveballs, and a very good changeup as well.
All right, now here's one of the matchups we're really looking forward to seeing tonight. Phil Hughes against Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera had a hit in Game 1, and that means the big guy now has a 10-game hitting streak.
Well, really, the only way that you slow Cabrera down is you put yourself in a position as a starting pitcher to pitch around him. That's how lethal Cabby has been since putting on a Tigers uniform at the beginning of '08. Tremendous range with the bat. He can go up to the shoulders all the way down to the shoe tops, especially when there's runners in scoring position. He has a knack of driving in runs. As a matter of fact, Cabrera hitting about 500 this year with runners in scoring position. He is clearly one of the brightest stars in all of baseball today.
And we know that this Yankees lineup is stacked. There's no doubt about that. A-Rod, Teixeira, Jeter, a lot of big names, but really the one guy that may be stealing the show is Robinson Cano.
Well, and if you didn't know, now you do, Cano. And this guy's special on both sides of the ball. Defensively, he's already made a couple of really nice plays in this series, going to his left into the outfield to take away singles. He just has a knack of knowing where to play, tremendous range, and he also has an outstanding throwing arm. Take a look at this play. This play he made earlier in Baltimore, he goes up the middle and somehow gets enough on his throw back across the diamond to get Reimold, the outfielder for the Baltimore Orioles, and he's also a very good hitter. He was Player of the Month in the American League from an offensive standpoint, and how in the world he was able to do that over Cabrera, I still don't know, but that's exactly what Robinson was able to do. 2 special players on the offensive side, both wearing number 24. We'll look forward to watching them here tonight.
And we look forward to the Tigers hopefully getting a sweep over the New York Yankees. That's the story from here at Comerica Park. Right now we go back to the Call Sam Studios. More in our coverage tonight. Here's Mickey York. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Strength and stability since 1849. And by Comcast. Call 1-800-COMCAST for TV, phone, and internet. By the way, tonight, if Detroit combines for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get a free small order of curly fries. You can find a copy of the box score in your local newspaper or on the Tigers page at foxsportsdetroit.com. Well, Joe Girardi of the New York Yankees bringing his team to town. They were playing some pretty good baseball. They got the Detroit Tigers won on Monday night. They won the first game of the doubleheader here this afternoon. And here is his starting lineup. It is presented by Honda Bloomfield, and it features Derek Jeter leading off. He's the DH in Game 2. Brett Gardner will bat second in center field, followed by Mark Teixeira at first base. Alex Rodriguez back at third base for the nightcap. Robinson Cano is at second base. Nick Swisher is in right field. And a bottom three of Marcus Thames, Francisco Cervelli, and Ramiro Pena. There's the scouting report on the Tigers right-hander Jeremy Bonderman, brought to you by Scott's Lawn Pro.
Well, Bonderman will need to bring his A game tonight against the New York Yankees for a couple of different reasons. One, they're one of the outstanding hitting ball clubs in all of baseball. And two, they're a little angry after being swept the first couple of games of this series by the Tigers. And in order for him to have success, his splitter must be a good pitch for him. 5 days ago against Cleveland, he did not have that split-fingered fastball, and it did not allow him to stay out of the middle of the plate with his fastball. Let's take a look at the Tigers defensively behind Bondo in this ball game tonight. Always presented by your Beaumont Hospitals. You've got Bosch in left, Jackson in center, Ordonez is in right. The infield reads Kelly, Santiago, Sizemore, Cabrera, Avila catching the nightcap for the Detroit Tigers.
Well, here are the numbers on Jeremy Bonderman, making his 6th start of the season, facing a pretty good lineup tonight in the Yankees.
Well, he comes in with an earned run average, a shade over 5.5 in 26 2/3 innings. He's only walked 9, which means he's around the plate. Leland never has a problem with the starters that are around the plate, but he does have problems with walks, and Bonderman has 21 strikeouts as well.
So the Yankees come into this one having lost 3 in a row now, their longest losing streak of the season. Bonderman will try and stretch it to 4 straight. With a victory here tonight, Derek Jeter has been introduced. He is the DH here in Game 2.
And make no mistake about it, the reason why they've been able to win the first couple of games, they've been able to slow Derek Jeter down.
I would say so. He is 0 for 9 so far. And the first pitch of the ball game is a strike called on Derek Jeter. 51 degrees our game time temperature here tonight. Jeter batting .277 coming in. And there's another strike from Bonderman. And the count is 0-2.
It looks like Bondo is going to do just as Thomas, who got the start on Monday, and Porcello in the first game today against some of these Yankee hitters, and that's established the inner third of the strike zone.
The 0-2 on the ground to the shortstop, and right there is Santiago to make the play. One gone.
Jim Leland's got his young legs in there in the nightcap. Santiago at short. Sizemore is at second. Bosch in left. Kelly is getting the start at third.
That'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Brett Gardner. Gardner is 0 for 6 so far in this series, and batting .323. He's knocked in 10. The speedy outfielder has stolen a base as well. It came in the opening game in this doubleheader. He has 15 steals for the year. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0 on Gardner. Don Kelly is in tight at third base in case Gardner is thinking bunt. The 1-0. Well, the one thing that Porcello did so well in the first game was throw first pitch strikes. And that got him off to a nice start.
He also got, of the 21 batters that he faced, 15 of which were ground outs. So he had that good two-seam fastball working today. His best outing of the year. And I was thinking about this a little while ago. This may have been one of the better games I've seen Porcello pitch since coming to the big leagues.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Tipped out of the glove of the catcher Avila. And so Bonderman Still has to deal here with Gardner, who was the opening day center fielder last year for the Yankees, and then after a slow month of April eventually lost his job to Melky Cabrera, who has since been traded away. Now the 1-2 pitch.
Curtis Granderson is injured and on the disabled list, and this is exactly what happened to the former Tiger, rounding second base. Looked like he pulled his left groin and could barely make it over to third base. Unfortunate that Curtis could not make the trip to Comerica Park.
The 1-2 on the ground and through, out of the reach of a diving Don Kelly, and the Yankees have their first hit.
Well, already a little stress. You talked about the fact that Gardner has 15 steals this year, and he's not going to stay at first base very long. And earlier in the game today, Porcello, on the pitch that Gardner stole on, gave Gerald Laird plenty of time to throw. Laird threw a strike right on the bag to Santiago, and Gardner was on his way up out of his slide. So that's the kind of speed that Brett has.
Driven to center field off the bat of Teixeira. Jackson turns around, and there are 2 outs. The Teixeira gone on 1 pitch.
A lot of room out there in center field.
He's going to bring up Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod in the series, 2 for 8.
Tigers fans not all that fond of A-Rod. But all the great ones get booed, no matter where they go.
.586 home runs for Alex Rodriguez right now, and that's good for 7th all time, and he is tied with Frank Robinson. So he continues to climb the charts, and Sammy Sosa next in his sights.
A-Rod's done a lot of things: batting titles, MVPs. You can call him a world champion now as well.
And he had himself a nice postseason last year, which used to be the knock on Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, he exercised some demons last year.
He had 6 home runs in the postseason last season. 2 outs with a man on. A-Rod batting .276. And there goes the runner. Here comes Avila's throw. It is not in time. A stolen base. Gardner just got there in a perfect throw from Avila.
2 really good throws by Tigers catchers today, but look at the jump. I mean, this is a Ricky Henderson type jump. I mean, he is accelerating at full speed on the very first step with those strong legs that he has. And both catchers have made good throws, but they can't get Gardner.
And Avila came in 6 out of 12.
What a nice weapon he is.
So now a man in scoring position for Alex Rodriguez. Bonderman missing inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lined and over the head of the first baseman Cabrera. This will score a run as Gardner will come in with ease. And Alex Rodriguez has an RBI, his 21st of the year. The Yankees have taken a 1-0 lead.
A-Rod appeared to hit a pretty good pitch here. I mean, Fox Tracks is telling it's off the plate outside, but it's down. And A-Rod, with those long arms, still able to reach out and hit it right off the end of the bat to get the Yankees on the board first.
That'll bring up Robinson Cano. A run on a couple of hits here in the first inning for New York. Cano 2 out of 7 in the series. Lifts one in the air toward left field. Bosch going back. And that'll end the inning. They get a run on 2 hits, leave a man, and we go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Yankees. In favor of the Yankees as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Here's the Tigers starting lineup presented by Big Boy tonight. Austin Jackson leads it off in the nightcap in center field. Johnny Damon will be the DH, followed by Maglio Ordonez, Miguel Cabrera, Brennan Bosch will play in left field. Alex Avila catching. Don Kelly is at third. Santiago and Sizemore are your bottom two hitters. First Seat Advantage brings you the scouting report on Phil Hughes. Get the Bernstein Advantage. We go to bat for you.
Hughes was competing for the number 5 spot in the Yankees rotation in spring training and clearly won that spot with an outstanding spring. And all he has done has been dominant this year. In 32 innings pitched this year, he's only given up 2 extra base hits, a home run to Matsui and a double to J.D. Drew. And if you like to swing at the very first pitch, that's your best chance of getting to Hughes. Guys that swing at the first pitch, they're hitting .444 against Phillip.
Jackson leads it off. Austin 1 for 8 in the series. Had a base hit in the opening game today, and so he's hit safely in 11 and 12.
I'm sure these two played played with one another in the Yankees minor league system. Jackson and Hughes.
On the ground at third base. Nice high hop for A-Rod. Slings it over there for out number 1.
Let's take a look at the rest of Joe Girardi's defense behind Phil Hughes. Timms, the former Tiger, and a Tiger favorite in left. Gardner in center. Swisher in right. A-Rod, 2-time Gold Glover, along with Teixeira on the other side, who's won a few Gold Gloves himself. And Cervelli is behind the plate. Cervelli has been rated the Yankees' best defensive catcher for the last few years.
There's Johnny Damon with 1 out. Damon 2 for 7 in this series against the Yanks. Hughes fires strike 1 on the inside portion of the plate.
Hughes has got a fastball anywhere from 93 to 96 with some really nice movement to it. He'll cut the fastball as well. Outstanding curveball and a changeup that he loves to feature as well. So Hughes is clearly taking that next step and pitching very well in New York these days.
Cutter missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He is out of Mission Viejo, California. Stands 6'5", 240.
They got some big boys in their starting rotation. Hughes, Pettit, CC, and AJ. All 6'5" and above.
And only 23 years old. The 2-1 pitch.
If it was not for the work that Hughes did last year, setting up for Mariano Rivera, the Yankees don't win the championship. He made 7 starts last year. Majority of his work was in the bullpen. And when he went to the bullpen on July 3rd, the entire Yankees team took off with Phil setting up for Mariano.
Little looper down the left field line. That'll go foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But I guess that arm was just too impressive to waste in the bullpen. So now he is starting here in 2010.
When he stepped into that primary setup role last year early in July, the Yankees went on to go 31-5 in games that Phil Hughes appeared in. So down the stretch, he was nails late in game. There's another foul back out of play, which I guess brings you to the age-old question. We talked about this with Jabba Chamberlain. Is he more useful to you out of the bullpen or in the rotation?
I like Jabba in the bullpen, me personally. And I think the Yankees might as well, because that's where he sits these days.
Hughes with the 2-2 pitch. On the ground to the second baseman. Cano will throw him out, and there are 2 gone. A couple of ground balls for Hughes in this one. It's going to bring up Maglio Ordonez. Coming into this series, you had the top 2 teams offensively in the American League, the Yankees and the Tigers. Yankees at 280, the Tigers at 278, 1 and 2 in team offense. Yet pitching ruled the first game of the doubleheader today. Porcello and Vasquez were both very good. Porcello was a little bit better. 0-1 on Mags. 1 hit and 8 at bats so far in the series. The 0-1. Yankees pitching again very strong, very deep this year. When you talk about Hughes, you talk about Sabathia, A.J. Burnett, Andy Pettit. And if they can get Vasquez going like he was in game 1 of this doubleheader, they'll be awfully tough. And that one just missed.
Players going to have to go home tonight and sleep fast. Verlander for the Tigers, Sabathia for the Yankees. You need 8 hours of sleep when you're going up against those two. No question about that.
Here's the 1-2. Ooh, just off the plate. 2-2 on Maglio. Ordonez knocked in a run in that first game. 23 RBIs. Cervelli putting down the signs in game 2. Posada gets the night off. And a foul ball.
Looks like Cervelli and Posada are using that same fingernail polish. I guess white is in these days.
Think they get it on sale just by a big old batch before the season starts?
I think so.
Actually, Cervelli actually puts it on his nails and his fingers.
Knuckles, I think. Yeah.
Looked kind of creepy. Here's the 2-2. Popped him up. Heading back toward the seats. And it's back out of play.
Hughes is throwing his cut fastball at 91 miles an hour. His four-seam fastball anywhere from 94 to 96. That's the one that's straight if you're watching at home, and it's the one that's usually above the belt buckle. The two-seam fastball has a little running action to it away from the right-handed batter.
This cutter almost resembles a slider.
It is a very good pitch for him, and it's one of the reasons why he is really taking another step here in 2010. Ouch, get off me, ball.
Broke his bat, and Maglio now needs a new WAR club.
I can see why Phil is off to a really good start this year with the stuff that he's been featuring here so far tonight. And really, we saw Phil good last year. I mean, he did not give up a run to the Tigers last year, I believe in the 9 innings pitched.
Well, they expected big things of him, that's for sure. A first-round pick of the Yankees back in 2004 out of Foothill High School in Santa Ana, California. Driven in the air. Right center field, a lot of room out there. Gardner and Swisher makes the catch. Tigers go 1-2-3. We go to the second.
tribute titled Ernie Harwell, we'll remember, is being shown again tomorrow evening at 6:30 here on Fox Sports Detroit. Or you can watch it anytime online at foxsportsdetroit.com, part of the website's special section devoted to the memory of Ernie Harwell.
So here comes Nick Swisher, who will lead things off. Swisher, Thames, and Cervelli in the second inning, facing Bonderman, who gave up a run on 2 hits. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swisher 2 out of 7 in this series. He's batting .304. Swisher had a tough postseason last year. He said it was great winning the World Championship, but it was frustrating for me because I really didn't pull my load or my part of the load, and he felt really bad about that. Here's the 1-2. He skies this one. Center field as Austin Jackson comes in, and Swisher is out, 1 gone.
You may remember, though, that Swisher last year, when A-Rod started the season on the disabled list and Teixeira was not hitting in the month of April, it was Swisher that pretty much carried them offensively at the beginning of the season.
Good player.
Good person, too.
Here comes former Tiger Marcus Thames, who played on Monday night in the opening game of the series. Knocked in a run. Marcus off to a nice start, .378. Most of his starts against left-handed pitching this year. This will be his first start against a right-hander. Bonderman's 1-0. Rolled foul.
Marcus has got tremendous power, and he put that on display while wearing a Tigers uniform from '05 until last season. Tremendous power to the pull field the majority of the time. Right field somewhat foreign to Marcus.
Thames is wearing the uniform that he wore when he first broke into the big leagues. He was a 30th round pick of the New York Yankees back in 1996, but really made his mark in the major leagues right here with the Tigers. Spent 6 years in Detroit.
Jim Leland absolutely loved Marcus Thames. What a pitch by Bonda.
2-2.
In that 2006 season when Marcus made the team out of spring training, Jim Leland said one of his goals that entire year was to somehow keep Marcus in the big leagues, which he was able to do.
And Marcus provided a pretty good punch in the Tigers lineup that year. 26 home runs.
Marcus is a fabulous story. I don't even think he made his varsity baseball team in high school when he was a junior. I mean, he's a self-made big league player.
Lifted back out of play.
Where most guys make their varsity team as freshmen, especially guys that are playing at this level.
.49 lifetime home runs in this ballpark here in 236 games. Swing and a miss. Bonderman strikes him out. That'll be his first of the game. 2 gone.
He's got a really nice slider today. Has a velocity anywhere from 79 to 81 with the slider these days for Bonderman. And really nice depth with this pitch. Fools Marcus. He was out in front.
There's Francisco Cervelli. Cervelli is from Valencia, Venezuela, but he is of Italian descent. And he takes a strike 0-1. A very good defensive catcher. He played for Team Italy in the WBC. Only 24 years old. The 0-1. Make it 0-2. Bonderman gave up a single to Gardner in the first inning. He then swiped the bag and scored on the hit by Rodriguez. Inside, that ball rides in on the hands of Cervelli.
Looked like Cervelli was bracing himself for contact there. I don't think he thought he was going to get out of the way.
Bouncing ball, foul, third base side. Talked about Cervelli, like Posada, wearing that fingernail polish so his pitchers can more easily see the signs. He also, like Posada, does not wear batting gloves. And there are very few guys in the major leagues that do not wear the batting gloves. There's Jorge, who caught game one. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. The breaking ball, 1-2 on Cervelli.
After a couple of breaking balls at the bottom of the strike zone that Cervelli just got a piece of, Hibando was to elevate the fastball here at about 92. He might get a swing and a miss. That was the fastball, but it was down. And Cervelli's still able to get a piece of that.
Looks like Cervelli's wearing one of those great Gazoo helmets.
That it does look like.
Yeah, we saw a couple of players, including Guillen, break one of those out. Was that last year?
Yes, it was.
And it just didn't look right.
It didn't last very long either. After we called him Gazoo, he got rid of it.
Again, the 1-2, and it's looped out toward left field, but right there is Bosch, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Jeremy Bonderman. 1.5 in the books, 1-0 Yankees. McDonald's player of the game tonight. Using your cell phone, text Tigers followed by a space, then the player's uniform number to that number right there, 37338, or FSDET on your cell phone. See final results post game during Tigers Live, and vote for your Tigers McDonald's player of the game. Miguel Cabrera leads it off as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Cabrera, Brennan Bosch, and Alex Avila. Phil Hughes had a 1-2-3 first inning. First pitch is hammered back out of play by Cabrera, 0-1. Miguel with a 10-game hitting streak now with a base hit in game one. He's 3 out of 6 in this series.
Hitting a cool 376. Hitting .500 in his career against Phil Hughes.
3 for 6.
This should be a nice confrontation all night long. Phil Hughes pitching outstanding baseball, and Cabrera, one of your better, younger offensive forces in the game today.
Cabrera's longest hitting streak career-wise is 17. He did that back in 2009. And that's driven to the gap in right center field. Add another one to his hitting streak. This will go all the way to the wall. Cabrera chugging towards second. He's in with a leadoff double.
He's a bad boy. B-A-D-D kind of bad, too. And we're going to make it our bell tire pitch by pitch. First pitch fastball at 93. Cabrera just getting loose. Letting Hughes know I'm not going to let anything go by. Hughes misses with the next two, and then he's forced into throwing a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike, and with the classic inside-out swing, hits a seed in the right center field. Take a look at the lower half here in the balance. That's what gets it done for the big fella.
13th double this year for Cabrera. That'll bring up Brennan Bosch. Bosch with 4 RBIs in the series. Big wave in a minute, 0-1.
Cabrera was telling me the story the other day how when he got to the big leagues in 2003, he wanted number 24. But the only thing with that is Tony Perez was working in the Marlins organization at the time, and Perez was not giving up number 24. He told Cabrera, if you want this number, you've got to earn it. So from the time he told Cabrera that, which was about halfway through the 03 season, the Marlins won the World Series. And after the World Series, he said, you know what? You've already earned it. You can have number 24. And, of course, Tony Perez, one of the greatest RBI men in baseball.
Now it's Bosch trying to drive home Cabrera. Brennan 15 RBIs in 14 games at the big league level. 0-2 on Bosch. And doubled by Cabrera, the first Tigers hit in this game. One and two. Phil Hughes last year out of the bullpen, a 1.40 ERA. He made 44 relief appearances. This is certainly much better out of the pen. His ERA was a little bit higher, 5.45 in his starts. Now the 1-2. But this season has been a much different story for Hughes.
Some of the Yankee traveling parties say that the changeup and the confidence in the changeup for Hughes in spring training has allowed him to get to this level that he's pitching at right now. We talk about that quite often with young pitchers that have power fastballs. You need that third pitch if you're going to be effective up here. Because these guys, they can hit real good fastballs.
Well, Hughes has also received a lot of run support this year. In fact, they're getting him 9 runs a game. 32 runs in his previous 5 starts. There's Avila waiting on deck. And Phil has not allowed more than 2 runs in any start this year. So it's a pretty good combination. The 2-2. Rifled foul.
Watch out, Brookie.
Now Brookins had that one whistle right by him.
Well, you see where he's standing. He wants no part of Brennan Bosch. Having some fun with the fans, too.
I think he was making sure everyone was okay. Then got into the seats in a hurry. 3-2.
What an at-bat this has been so far for Bosch. Fell behind, no balls, 2 strikes. And somehow has worked the count back to 3-2. And if he's able to get Cabrera over to third at least in this at-bat, it will be a positive at-bat.
9th pitch coming up. Here it is. Swing and a miss. And finally, Hughes is able to take care of him. So the runner does not advance. First strikeout of the game.
Well, if you're Bosch, you kind of have an idea how Hughes wants to get you out today. He started him out with a very good breaking ball in the same location, and he finished him off with that same breaking ball.
Here's Alex Avila. Avila behind the plate for the nightcap. Laird caught the first game. A couple of home runs, both in one game in Minnesota on the last road trip. 2 RBIs as well. One ball to no strikes on Avila.
Left-handers this year hitting 109 against Phil Hughes. 109. Right-handers a little bit better at 208. So he's been dominant this year.
Came in with a 1.69 earned run average. Victories in every start this year, with the exception of a start at Baltimore. He's beaten the Angels, beaten Oakland, the White Sox, and Boston. Way inside again. 2 balls, no strikes on Avila. Speaking of Boston, Hughes actually grew up a Red Sox fan. His father was from New England, so it's kind of ironic that he ends up with the enemy, the hated Boston Red Sox, in terms of what Yankee fans think. Here's the 2-0. Avila takes. It's a strike call. He had a rip. 2-2. Tigers get the leadoff double in this inning from Cabrera. 1 out later, Avila. Don Kelly will be next. Yankees got a run in the first. RBI hit by Alex Rodriguez. 2-2 pitch. Inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cabrera double to the gap in right center, still standing at second base. Now the 3-2. Breaking ball, and he tipped it into the glove of Cervelli for strike 3.
Well, you can kind of see why Hughes has been so good against left-handers this year. He's got the real good cut fastball at 91 miles an hour, and he's got that slow breaking ball that he struck Bosch out with, and also the same knuckle curve that he struck out Avila with. It's a nice shot there. You can see the index finger with the knuckle on the baseball. Just kind of spins it out of his hand. Nice rotation.
Here's Don Kelly with 2 outs. Tigers trying to cash in this leadoff double. Kelly takes strike 1. Up the right hand goes Brian Runge, home plate umpire for game 2. Swing and a miss. Speaking of Runge, he comes from a family of umpires. His father, Paul Runge, umpired in the big leagues. So did his grandfather, Ed Runge. And so they become the first 3-generation family of umpires in the big leagues.
It is definitely a good gig if you can get it.
Oh, 0-2. Cabrera, the runner at second base with 2 outs. Now the 0-2 pitch. Lifted back out of play. Kelly hitless in his last 8 at bats. Just stays alive. I was talking to Don the other day on one of the recent road trips about his son Brett, who is now a year old, and apparently young Brett has some pretty good hand-eye coordination himself, but is able to hit the ball at a little over a year. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and striking out the side is Phil Hughes. Tigers strand a leadoff double, 2 in the books. Sports Detroit is brought to you by the Romani Eye Institute, the most trusted name in eye care. AT&T, find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by GMC, we are professional grade. Back here in the Motor City as the Tigers and Yankees are going at it here in the nightcap. By the way, today the Tigers made a roster move earlier. Alfredo Figueroa has been called up from AAA Toledo, and Ryan Rayburn, who had some options left, was optioned down to AAA Toledo. So with a doubleheader today, and of course the Boston series coming up, the Tigers adding another pitcher in place of Rayburn.
And Rayburn could use a few at-bats as well. And he'll go down and get some good quality playing time, playing every day, and more than likely he'll be back up real soon.
Ramiro Pena leads it off against Jeremy Bonderman. 1-0 Yankees lead. They got a run in the first, and so far that's been it.
Figueroa was pitching some pretty good baseball down in the minor leagues himself, which is the reason why he got the call up.
One and two on Ramiro Pena, 0 for 3 in today's opener. Bondo gave up a single, a steal, and another base hit in the first. That's how the Yankees got their run. Pena, then Jeter, and then Gardner here in the top of the third.
That's a nice block right there by the youngster. If you call for the off-speed pitch, you've got to know that you've got to get down and smother it. And that's exactly what Avila does here. Looks like it's a splitter as well. And he just smothers it.
Pop up shallow center. Jackson comes out of the basket catch.
Boy, does he have some range.
Austin Jackson got a great jump on that ball.
There ain't a whole lot that drops in center field when Jackson's on the move. He plays shallow enough and gets a really nice break and makes a real nice shoestring grab. There are a lot of center fielders would have had to leave their feet to make that play. That replay courtesy always of Lincoln Mercury.
One out for Derek Jeter. Jeter is 0 for 1 with a bounce out. And Bonderman misses low, 1-0. Derek now is 0 for 10 in this series. You heard correctly, 0 for 10. His 22 RBIs, though, leads all leadoff hitters in the major leagues, actually. Ball inside, and the count goes to 2-0. He's played in 10 All-Star games, and you know you're a big-time player when you leaf through a media guide and you have 16 pages devoted to you.
It's quite a few.
This goes on and on and on. Of course, he's played in the big leagues a lot of years. Ball inside, and now Bonderman falls behind 3-0.
And Derek Jeter is living the dream. He grew up in Michigan, of course, but he used to go visit his grandmother every single summer in New Jersey, and because of that, he became a Yankees fan. His father, of course, was a Tigers fan. And lo and behold, when Jeter was a senior in high school, he gets drafted by the team that he grew up idolizing. So he is clearly living the dream.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. He lost him. Ball 4. And right now we check in for a game break. Let's join Mickey York. Some news earlier today in the Twins and White Sox, Mick. All right, Mickey, 22 wins for Minnesota, 22-12 now, 2.5 up on Detroit.
Mauer is playing again for the Minnesota Twins as well.
They were awfully good without him in that series against the Tigers, sweeping Detroit.
Yes, they did.
Brett Gardner, the batter.
You can't sleep on Derek Jeter over at first base. He stole 30 bags last year. And even though he's in his mid-30s, he is still one of your better base runners in the American League. Not the fastest, but one of your better base runners with instincts in the American League.
Gardner played his college ball at the College of Charleston, was a walk-on there. One ball and one strike to count. His college coach tells the story of having to pull Brett Gardner aside, who was very pull happy in college apparently, and he said, you know what, Brett, it is legal to hit the ball to the left side of second base, especially with your speed. And he got him to use all parts of the field and really had a terrific career there. One and two. And he's got speed to burn. There's no question about that. A steal in the first game, a steal in this game. He has 16 for the season now. He's been caught only once. As you can see, 13 hits the opposite way. He has learned to hit the ball back up the middle and the other way. There goes the runner. Jeter, nice job, or jump rather, and he is in there safely. That jump got him in there with ease. And a stolen base, the second of the night for the Yanks.
Well, apparently their game plan coming in is to try to steal a few bases today, and looked like Avila slipped as he was throwing that ball down towards second and threw one that wasn't close to second base. These Yankees are on a mission here tonight. They do not want to lose 3 games in a row here to the Tigers.
Rolled foul. Jeter last year at age 34 spiked 30 bags. The most he had in a couple of years. And he has gotten his 4th in this ball game tonight.
If you look up and down Jeter's numbers last year, you could argue the point that it was probably his best all-around year. Winning a Gold Glove. Of course, they won a World Championship, and he hit 330 plus.
No active player has more hits than Jeter, 2785. Two on Brett Gardner. Lifted toward left. Bosch on the run. It's a foul ball. Pretty good trio right here. Indeed, the pride of the Yankees since 1995. They all broke in together the same year. Jeter, Posada, and Rivera, and they have rolled up in the meantime some big numbers.
They've got 5 belts, 5 world championships.
Posada caught game 1. Enjoying a night off here in the nightcap. Yankees are trying to get Rivera into a game as Gardner takes strike 3. He didn't like that call from Brian Runge. Still chatting about it. 2 away. Maybe the second strikeout for Bondo.
It looked like a little two-seam fastball that kind of ran outside that Avila did a very nice frame job with to keep in the strike zone to get the call from Brian Runge. And Girardi, he doesn't believe it, though.
Here's Teixeira. Rolls this one to the right side. Cabrera can't get it into right field. That'll score a run. Jeter comes in standing up and just out of the reach of Miguel Cabrera. It's a 2-0 game.
The second run the Yankees have scored today after 2 are out. Little seeing eye single here, ball away from him, but he reaches out and hooks it back to the pull field, and a great effort by Cabby, but they're not able to get it.
So here comes A-Rod. That'll be Teixeira's 23rd RBI. A-Rod singled in a run back in the first. Strike 1.
The Yankees have manufactured some runs here today with a couple of stolen bases and a couple of big 2-out knocks. A-Rod with one and Teixeira with the other. And we talk about Teixeira and A-Rod getting off to slow starts, but Teixeira's already driven in 23 and A-Rod has driven in 21 runs this year.
I guess it's all relative, isn't it?
Well, they're run producers. And when you bat in the middle of the order as they do, and you have table setters like Jeter and Gardner, there's going to be tons of RBI opportunities, and they have proven that they do not allow most of those RBI chances to get by them.
Mark Teixeira now has 14 RBIs in the month of May. He had 9 the entire month of April. So while the average is still low, he has really kind of turned it up a notch.
Hit 3 home runs a couple days ago in Boston from both sides of the plate. the 9th time in his career he has homered from both sides of the plate in a game. He's a special player.
Inside. 1-2 on Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod, one of those special talents. He got to the big leagues at the age of 18 with the Seattle Mariners. He was jumped up from A-ball to the big leagues with Seattle and played shortstop. Spent quite a few years with the M's before he departed for Texas as a free agent. Swing and a miss, and Bonderman carves him up there to retire the side. Third strikeout for Bondo. They get another run, though. It's now 2-0 Yanks.
In an upcoming Tigers game, group tickets, picnics, and party suites are on sale now. Groups of 15 or more get discount tickets to select games while supplies last. Order your group tickets at 313-471-BALL or visit Tigers.com.
Santiago leads it off here in the third. Tigers down by a pair. It'll be Santiago, Sizemore, and Austin Jackson facing Phil Hughes. There's a strike called. Run the count to 1-1 strike on Ramon. Hughes gave up a leadoff double to Cabrera back in the second, but no damage was done. He came back to strike out the side, as a matter of fact. Tigers, in fact, have struck out 11 times today already when you combine the two games, all of them swinging. Here's the 1-2. It is a strike call. So that is 4 consecutive strikeouts. There's the first call. By the way, this game is available in crystal clear high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD, sponsored by Comcast. Here's Scott Sizemore. Did not play in the opener. First pitch strike. One and one. Sizemore at 233 was 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored Monday night. Pops this one up. Who wants it? Cervelli discarding the mash, and he'll take 2 gone. Here's Austin Jackson, who bounced out back in the first. One ball, one strike. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. And boy, Phil Hughes is on a roll. He has struck out 5 Tigers tonight. 3 innings in the books. Cano, Swisher, Thames coming up. Time for the AT&T trivia question. And what do we have for you tonight? Who holds the Tigers record for fewest at-bats per home runs, a minimum of 1,500 plate appearances? That is your question tonight. Tigers record for fewest at-bats per home run. And that is your AT&T trivia question. Jeremy Bonderman back to work. Robinson Cano will lead it off. And the first pitch from Bonderman is a strike called. 0-1 on Cano. He'll be followed by Swisher and then Marcus Thames. And there's a pitch that rolls inside. Well, we are pleased to be joined by 2 icons in the entertainment industry, visiting from New York. Jay-Z, it's a pleasure, Jay-Z, and of course our own hometown Eminem. And you guys, I guess, let us know what you're doing in town.
Well, actually, we came here to basically make an announcement. We have 2 shows coming up in September 2nd.
And September 13th.
September 13th.
September 2nd here, we're going to play Comerica Park. And then we're going to play Yankee Stadium on the 13th. Nice. So we're really excited about that.
You guys have to be pretty pumped up. So
yeah.
You're from New York, you're from Detroit, you're playing each town then, correct?
Right. It's funny how that works, right?
Well, I see you representing too. You got the D on and you got the NY on as you do most nights.
Yes, sir.
Now, Eminem, you played here at Comerica Park several years ago, didn't you? You played this venue.
Yeah, I played here a few years ago.
50 Cent?
Yep.
Yeah. One out here. We're joined by Jay-Z and Eminem.
How long have you guys known one another? Have you known one another for quite some time?
Yeah, well, many now.
Like 10 years.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, 10 years. We collaborated on a song, my Blueprint album called Renegade.
Right.
Like 2000. From there, we always kept in touch and, mutual respect. And, every time we get a chance to do something, something big like this, we always on the phone saying, just trying to find ways that we can collaborate, to stretch the genre out of hip-hop and make it larger. I mean, playing, stadiums, that's new for hip-hop.
Both of you guys have been in the rap game for a long, long time, and you guys just kind of continue to reinvent yourself. How do you guys keep it fresh? I mean, when trying to keep up with those young guys that are following in your footsteps.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just about finding an honest place in your life. It's not. I'm not one who follow trends and into things that's in and out. When I'm recording music, I try to find that truth of where I am at that specific moment.
I would honestly give just about the exact same answer.
Eminem, who were some of your earlier influences? Actually, I can ask this question to both of you because I'm sure, breaking into the business, you had guys that influenced you and maybe helped you along the way.
Man, I had
nope, just us.
Well, I know
you had Miss Carter. Miss Carter take care of you.
That's right.
I was my biggest influence. There was a lot of artists that influenced me, coming up, man. It's hard for me to even name. There's so many, I followed hip hop as a kid and just kind of, grew to love it and just not grew to love it. Actually, just loved it from the very first record I ever heard and just kind of felt like I wanted to do it,
Two outs here with the Yankees batting. We're joined by Eminem and Jay-Z, and they've announced that they will be playing two concerts, one here at Comerica Park and one at Yankee Stadium, and two of the big icons in the entertainment industry, and we're glad to have them in the booth with us here for a half inning. There's a strike call.
Jay-Z, what was it like Game 2 of the World Series last year when you were able to perform at Yankee Stadium your song with Alicia Keys?
One of those moments, like winning your first Grammy. For me, growing up in New York City and being a fan of the Yankees, being able to play Game 2, and we're down one game. So, a lot of the guys after the game said that was one of the things that motivated them. Gave them a little extra energy to win that game. So
it motivated me. I was watching it on TV.
Did you go play baseball?
I played baseball. I didn't play that.
No,
night.
I meant that game.
No. I watched the game.
Yeah.
Bonnerman trying to take care of the final hitter here, Marcus Thames. The Tigers down by a couple and a swing and a miss. And guys, we appreciate it. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, man.
Good luck in New York and here in Detroit. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my man.
Jay-Z and Eminem joining us in the booth. Yankees still lead this one by a score of 2-0. Yankees on top 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning here at Comerica Park. And Johnny Damon will lead things off. Damon, Ordonez, and Cabrera here in the fourth inning.
That was pretty cool, meeting those two gentlemen. I know my kids are going to be awfully jealous.
And there's a ball down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, JC from New York and represent with his Yankee cap, and of course Eminem, a Detroiter, longtime Detroiter.
That's going to be an outstanding concert.
Oh, it's going to be fabulous. 1-1 on Damon, who is 0 for 1. Seemed like a couple of regular guys, didn't they?
Oh, for sure.
Unbelievable.
For sure.
The 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Miss Beyonce's here too, somewhere in the building, but she's kind of hiding out. Did you see her?
I did not, no. The 2-1. We were looking, though.
I'm still looking.
I noticed that. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It is a ball outside. Leadoff walk for Johnny Damon here in the fourth.
Let's take a look at 3 of the Tigers players here. Damon, Ordonez, and Cabrera. And all 3 hold the bat with the knob resting comfortably in the bottom palm of their hand. And all 3 have different reasons as to why they hold the bat in this manner. And we'll get to some of that as Maglio steps in the batter's box. Maglio told me he got his from Frank Thomas, who he used to play with in Chicago, and also Andres Galarraga, a fellow Venezuelan player that Maglio kind of copied why he holds the bat where he holds it. And both all say they get really good extension by holding the bat through the strike zone in this manner.
The 1-0 pitch is on the ground, back up the middle into center field. That's a base hit. Damon going to second, and he will stop there. And the Tigers now have put the first 2 men aboard.
Take a look at Maglio. Of course, he holds the bat in the palm of his hand, and he said one of the things that it helps him do, that it helps him drag the bottom hand through. You can see him leading with the bat knob. And when you lead with the bat knob that aggressively, then all of a sudden, here comes the bat head. Knob leads, bat head follows, seed up the middle.
So the time runs around, and the Tigers try to get something going against Phil Hughes. And Hughes struck out the side in the second and struck out 2 more in the third, but now they're pecking away a little bit. Cabrera had a double to start the second, but did not score.
And Cabrera hitting .500 this year with runners in scoring position.
Broke his bat, soft liner. And that's all they'll get is Damon alertly gets back to the bag.
What a good 4-seam fastball that was by Phil Hughes. We don't hear that sound very often coming out of Cabrera's bat. But Hughes got in there pretty quick and sawed him off. Good firm fastball at 93 miles an hour. Away from his arm side.
Snap goes the bat. Here's Brendan Bosch, who struck out back in the second.
As good as Phil Hughes is pitching this year, the Tigers can't continue to squander opportunities when they've got a runner on second base and nobody out. Somehow, some way, they've got to figure out a way to score a couple of runs.
The 0-1 to Bosch. 0-2. 3 for 7 in the series for Brennan. In that first game earlier today, Bosch had an RBI single, which now gives him 4 RBIs in this series. One ball, 2 strikes.
if you're Brennan Bosch about right now, you understand that you're more than likely going to get that slow breaking ball that he struck you out with at some point in time. But with 2 strikes, you can't look for it. You have to continue to look for the baseball, and you have to think that it's going to be a fastball. And if you get that breaking ball, if it's up, you have to somehow try to put it in play. But Hughes has had an outstanding curveball here today so far.
And his line to right field base hit. He got one, and he drove it to right. Damon will be held at third base, and the Tigers now have him loaded.
Talked about it the first time Bosch was up after Hughes started him off with a breaking ball, and he finished him with a breaking ball. If you're Brennan Bosch, after he got 2 strikes on you, you know he's going to throw you that pitch again, and that's really the only reason why you can go down and pick one off your shoe tops and single sharply into the outfield.
So an outstanding opportunity now for the Tigers. They have their 3rd hit of the game. They have him loaded up. And here's Alex Avila.
Opposing hitters are hitting .444 coming into the game on first pitches against Hughes because he's always around the plate. So if you're Avila, you got to be looking to do some damage right now, first pitch.
Alex fanned back in the 2nd. 1 of 5 put up by Phil Hughes. Oh, 2. Really not a whole lot of offense to speak of in the first game. The Tigers got a couple of runs in the 6th inning, breaking a scoreless tie. The Tigers pitching shut out the Yankees in game 1 earlier today. If you missed it, 2-0. Jim Leland looking for a big hit here in the 4th of the nightcap. Swung on and missed, and Avila is out of there. Make it 6 strikeouts for Hughes, who is now 1 batter away from pitching out of this jam. Going to bring up Don Kelly. The 6 strikeouts ties a season high. Struck out 6 Oakland Athletics back on the 20th of April. Hughes still a ways away from his career high of 14 strikeouts. 0-1 on Kelly. Don fanned back in the 2nd. Both sides with 3 hits in this game. The Yankees got a run in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. Fouled away. 0-2. Kelly now is in a deep hole. Don would love to snap an 0-for-9 stretch right now. Tigers trying to tie this ball game up with a base hit. And that one just missed.
Hughes has been able to hold the opposition to a 154 batting average this year with runners in scoring position. And that's how you win 4 games without losing a game. And you brought it up earlier. He's gotten a ton of run support too this year. That always helps.
In the air. Shallow center field, and Cano is back there to retire the side. The Tigers leave him loaded. No runs. They get a couple of hits. Still 2-0. Detroit is brought to you by Purex Laundry Simplified and by Jaguar. Visit your local Jaguar dealer to experience the 2011 Jaguar XJ. Back here at Comerica Park, where it's 2-0 in favor of the Yankees. The nightcap in this doubleheader. The Yanks fell to the Tigers in the first game. Tigers won that one 2-0. Turned out to be a pretty nice night here. The temperature 50 degrees, still cool and cloudy, but no rain. Francisco Cervelli leads it off for the Yankees. It'll be Cervelli, Pena, and Jeter facing Bonderman, who has given up 2 runs on just 3 hits. Cervelli doing a little dance at home plate and a pitch that came inside 1-0. He lined to left field back in the second, 0 for 1. Two balls, no strikes. Rolled foul, third base side. Back into the seats it goes. Bonderman gave up an RBI single to A-Rod in the first. RBI hit to Teixeira with 2 outs in the third. In fact, both of those hits came with 2 outs for the Yankees. He got a 1-2-3 in the fourth. The 2-1.
.72 total pitches for Bonderman. The most stressful inning was the third, when he needed 24 to get out of the inning.
Cervelli goes down, 1 away. That's another strikeout for Bonderman.
Hey fans, as soon as the game ends, our coverage continues with Tigers Live. You'll hear from the manager, Jim Leland, and the players. Plus, we'll break down the game and show you some highlights. Tigers Live from the Call Sam studios immediately after the game here on Fox Sports Detroit. Bonderman's done a very nice job himself. He's given up a couple of runs in this game, but really a lot of that credit goes to the Yankees. Gardner stole a base and scored on a base hit by A-Rod, and then it was Teixeira after Jeter was able to reach and steal a base, who drove him in. Those are the only 2 blemishes for Bondo today. Good fastball, good slider, and his split-fingered fastball has been effective as well.
0-1 on Pena. Rolled foul. Well, anytime Bonderman faces the Yankees, you can't help but to think back to 2006 when he faced the Yankees in the American League Division Series, and Bonderman went 8 1/3 in that game. Gave up 2 runs. Tigers would go on to eliminate the Yankees and move on to the World Series after beating the Athletics in 4 straight games. But what a night that was here at the ballpark. That's lifted in the air to shallow center. Jackson started back, but he recovers nicely, and there are 2 gone.
And one of the greatest quotes that Jim Leland has had as a Tigers manager, when that series began, he said it was the varsity against the JV. And the JV came out on top that offseason. I should say that postseason.
I'm going to bring up Derek Jeter. One of my favorite parts of that whole game is Bonderman was taking his victory tour, as were the rest of the Tigers, on the field, and there was a sign that said, "Who needs Superman? We've got Bonderman." Jeter rolls 1 to short, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing happening for the Yankees right now. We're going to send it to John Keating, who's standing by with a couple of special guests, and talk about that Jay-Z Eminem concert. Keats.
All right, Mario, thanks. Yeah, it's coming up on September 2nd here at Comerica Park. Happy to be joined by Dana Ward, the president of Olympia Entertainment, and Tom Wilson, of course, we know well, part of the Illich Sports and Entertainment's new division. Dana, let's talk about the concert coming here. Jay-Z and Beyonce and Eminem. How involved is it to put one of these things together?
Well, first, it's going to be a fabulous show, and it is Jay-Z and Eminem. Beyonce might be here.
She'll be there in spirit, at least. Okay.
Exactly, but we think it's going to be fantastic. And anybody that was here last year for the 2 shows at Comerica Park can testify. It was a great testament to the fact that you're really going to have an exciting time, all 40,000 people.
Tom, you know well what it's like to put on a concert in an outdoor venue. How is Comerica Park situated for a bash like this?
It works for spectacles, and that's what this is going to be. I mean, it's 2 of the monster names in rap music and in show business, their personalities and their talent. And I see Mario and Rod got Jay-Z and Eminem, and you got us. So I guess that tells you where the pecking order is.
No, I think I upgraded on these guys. I'm happy to be chatting with you 2 guys. Well, for a concert like this, how special is it to a place like Detroit? Of course, Eminem has roots here. Jay-Z obviously has roots in New York. To get something like this going downtown, Dana, how cool is it?
Well, I think it's fabulous. And last year, and the people around the nation, and this is a great point to make, is that in LA and New York, the agents that are seeing the shows that are coming out of downtown Detroit and announced this show in downtown Detroit in Comerica Park this summer is fabulous. It just gives us that much more leverage for shows to come.
You kept the lid on this pretty good until just this afternoon. Everybody's going to be clamoring for tickets, but that's still down the road a little bit, yes?
It is. We don't have an exact date yet. We just have the show date, September 2nd, right before Labor Day. And so I think it's going to be one of the biggest shows that the city has seen. There was something magical about Eminem coming back home, as there always is, and he doesn't play that many dates, so that makes it special. But Jay-Z just adds a certain magic to it. So you're bringing in, you're sort of cross-pollinating the whole crowd. It's going to be wonderful, John.
All right, guys, thanks. We appreciate your time, and let's see if we can get Eminem team some runs tonight in Game 3 of the series. Mario?
All right, John, thanks very much. And an exciting night here at the ballpark. Jay-Z and Eminem stopping by, talking about their concerts. One here at Comerica Park, one at Yankee Stadium. Exciting indeed here in the Motor City. Santiago leads it off, followed by Sizemore and then Jackson here in the 5th inning. Tigers trying to get the bats going here, down by 2. Both teams have just 3 runs. Or 3 hits, I should say. Santiago fanned back in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1. The 0-1 from Hughes is lifted in the air. Shallow right field, coming on is Swisher. Looked like he was battling that a bit.
I'm kind of bumming that we will not be in town when Jay-Z and Eminem are here. I know my kids would love to see them both. As a matter of fact, my kids have already seen Eminem.
What they think?
They liked him. They saw him at Ford Field.
Well, it's going to be a great venue. There's no question. We talked to Eminem about playing here. I think he played here with 50 Cent back in 2004, I believe it was, 2005. Right in front of the plate, Cervelli. Ooh, tough play. He ends up on the ground and makes a terrific play.
That's a good idea by Sizemore. The only thing that didn't work to his favor was the fact that he didn't get it further down the 3rd baseline. You want to get this ball far enough away that where either the pitcher or the 3rd baseman has to field it, and if that's the case, then it's a base hit for Sizemore. But we told you at the beginning of the game when we were doing the defense of Joe Girardi, Cervelli, he has been rated as the best prospect as far as catching is concerned in the Yankees organization the last 3 years.
Here's Austin Jackson. It's back out of play, 0-1. Hughes really has had, well, I guess you could say 2 speed bumps. He gave up the leadoff double to Cabrera in the 2nd, but no damage. And then they loaded him up against him in the 4th with only 1 out and could not score. 0-2 on Jackson. Another strikeout for Hughes. That'll be his 7th of the game. You're watching Tigers baseball tonight on Fox Sports Detroit, brought to you by Bell Tire. Tigers record for fewest at-bats per home run with a minimum of 1,500 plate appearances. Is it Big Sess? No, it's that guy right there. Marcus Thames, of course. 14.78 at-bats per home run. And here are the top 3 in that list.
Hank Greenberg as well on that list, and Big Daddy Cecil Fielder. Marcus's contact to damage ratio when he had a Tigers uniform on was tremendous. Tremendous power.
Well, Brett Gardner leads it off here in the 6th inning. It'll be Gardner, Teixeira, and Alex Rodriguez in a 2-0 game.
But of course, Cecil Fielder and Hank Greenberg also had tremendous power.
1 ball, 1 strike. Gardner a single, a strikeout, a steal, and a run scored.
You got to keep him off the base pass, because if you do not, he'll be stealing some more bases here today.
There's a base hit, left center field.
It's on now.
He is motoring around the bag, takes a wide turn, and they quickly get it in. It's a leadoff single, and Gardner has his 2nd hit tonight. 4th overall for the Yankees, so we'll keep an eye on Brett Gardner.
Jim might have to help out this combination with Avila and Bonderman. Coming into the game today, Avila had been very good at throwing out would-be base stealers, but Jeter and Gardner both with tremendous jumps. Avila, no shot whatsoever, so a pitch out may help him get Gardner when they decide he's going to go.
Talking to Rick Knapp the other day about a couple of the Tigers that don't have the greatest pickoff moves, guys like Scherzer and Bonderman, and the things that they do are altering their moves to the bat, or to first base, I should say. Of course, the slide step has helped Jeremy quite a bit, and Scherzer. Jeremy in his first couple of games was way too slow coming to the plate. He kicked that one home, and it's a strike on Teixeira, 0-1. Knapp was saying that with those two guys, it's not necessarily that they want to pick somebody off, because very rarely will they. It's just a matter of keeping that runner as close as they possibly can. But Gardner has been outstanding in that respect. 2 steals today, 1 this afternoon and 1 tonight. Pitch out and nothing doing.
Well, Jim did pitch out, but they weren't running on that particular pitch out. But it ain't all bad to pitch out on back-to-back pitches. If you're convinced that Gardner is going to try to steal that base, and because Bonderman pretty much has been around the strike zone all night long, and you're not worried about him walking to Teixeira. Rob Thompson going through some signs down there, relayed to him by the manager, Joe Girardi.
Now the 2-1. High, towering fly ball center field. Jackson backpedaling to the warning track. He hit that ball a ton. Gardner tags, and he will move up. Well, we have a chance. Game break time. Let's go back to the studio. Mickey York has an update on the Rays and Angels. You better believe it, Mick.
You got that right, partner.
Here comes Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod is 0 for 1, or make it 1 for 2, I beg your pardon, 1 for 2. Singled in a run in the first and struck out back in the third. Bonderman's been able to tiptoe through some trouble, and he's given up just the 2 runs. At one point, it retired 7 straight.
Tigers pitching really has done an outstanding job in the first 3 games of this series against this lineup.
That's a fair ball, diving play by Kelly. His throw in time for the out. What a play by Don Kelly at third. He looked like Brandon Inge on that one.
A lot of times all you have time for is one step and a dive, and that's exactly what he does. And he can't get up to make the throw, so he throws from one knee, and he bounces it over to Cabrera. And a perfectly bounced ball to first base allows Cabrera to field it cleanly. And A-Rod has got pretty good speed. Nice play.
Here's Robinson Cano now with the man at third, 2 outs. A-Rod is cheated out of an extra base hit there.
I would think about not giving Cano a whole lot to hit here. I know Swisher's hot, and I know Swisher's having a tremendous May. But it's something about Robinson Cano that scares me.
Cano is 0 for 2 with a couple of fly balls, so maybe it's his .344 average and his 9 home runs.
Yeah, it could be it. That could be it. No disrespect to Nick.
Cano in on his hands, pops it up, shallow right. There comes Maglio. And that's it. Yankees turned away. Some scintillating defense from Don Kelly.
Has been absolutely filthy today. That's a breaking ball for a strikeout. That's another breaking ball. And then a fastball that he froze Santiago on. Of course, Coors Light Freeze Can is always brought to you by your Frost Brewed Coors Lights.
Well, let's see if the Tigers can get the bats going here. They have Damon Ordonez and Cabrera. No time like the present. Better now than never, I suppose. Damon with a walk and a ground out.
The Tigers have squandered a couple of opportunities here tonight against Hughes, but Hughes' numbers don't lie. He came in 32 innings pitched, having only surrendered 17 hits, 2 of which were extra base hits.
Broken bat, little pop up, and Cano will get back to the grass for the out.
Cabrera has doubled in this game, so that means Hughes has only given up 3 extra base hits this year.
Not a whole lot of difference for Hughes. First and second time through. Marginal difference the third time through. That just goes to show what kind of year he has put together.
Hideki Matsui, former teammate of Hughes, hit a home run against him. And J.D. Drew and Cabrera have hit doubles. Those are the 3 extra base hits.
Ordonez backs out of there. ball, 1 strike.
Good swing by Maglia. He was looking for a fastball. He got the fastball, and he let it all hang out there. Aggressive swing by Mags.
To left field on a line and roughed yet. Marcus Thames, you cannot hit a ball harder than that. 2 gone. Going to bring up Miguel Cabrera talking about bat grips and how the guys hold their bats. How about the hearing from Mr. Cabrera?
I got more extension to when they throw me outside pitch and inside pitch. I got more reads. Like I got more control to the bat, so I got good balance. That this teach me Poch Rodriguez. He teach me that in 2003 when I'm coming to the big league. So now and then I use it.
And here is Cabrera. Interesting that he said that Pudge Rodriguez, when he got to the big leagues in 2003, actually taught him that grip.
He said he taught it to him in spring training that year. And Miguel went down to Double-A and had a torrid start in Double-A. He ended up in the big leagues that year with the Florida Marlins, and he continued to use that grip. And take a look at the side swing here. You can see the grip. And he says it allows him to drag the bat in the strike zone. When you lead with the bat knob, you're able to drag the bat in the strike zone. But you're also quick enough to turn on fastballs if the ball is inside.
Cabrera had a double to start things off in the second. Lined out to the shortstop, a soft liner. A broken bat back in the 4th. Ooh, he chased one out of the strike zone. I'll tell you what, man, Hughes is cruising tonight. Another strikeout for Phil Hughes. Give him 8.
Sale located on the upper suite level. Seats come with an endless supply of hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken, soft drinks, and more. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tiger.com for the all-you-can-eat seats.
Well, just like Game 1, Game 2 has been a well-pitched ball game on both ends. The Yankees have a 2-0 lead, and Nick Swisher leads it off. It'll be followed by Marcus Thames and then Francisco Cervelli. A run in the first and a run in the third for the Yankees. That's about it. Tigers, no runs, 3 hits. Swisher takes it up high. We talked a little bit earlier about Swisher having a poor postseason last year, and that kind of was the final straw for him. So he approached their hitting coach, Kevin Long, in the offseason and said, I need some help. And so they kind of retooled his swing a little bit. They spread him out a little bit more. He rolls that one foul down the first base line. He's holding his hands closer to his body and eliminated some of that big leg kick that Swisher used to have. And they've retooled his swing, and the results have been pretty good.
It's working for him.
Swisher really didn't want any part of changing his swing up until that postseason last year. 3-1 on Nick. He'll be followed by Thames. Swisher 0 for 2 in this one, 2 out of 9 in this doubleheader. Actually, the series as a whole. That's popped up. Left field on the charge is Bosch, and in foul ground, he makes the catch. 1 out. That'll bring up Marcus Thames. One on Marcus, who has struck out twice in this game.
Jeremy has given Marcus a steady diet of breaking balls. He has shown him a couple of fastballs off the plate inside, but he has gotten him out with breaking balls.
Pulled to third base, right at Kelly. He plays it off to his left. Thames is gone, 2 away. Action in the Detroit bullpen. Newly recalled Alfredo Figueroa is warming up. In case you missed that move earlier, Figueroa to the big league team and Ryan Rayburn down to AAA. Here comes Cervelli. Bonderman being overshadowed here by Phil Hughes in this second game, but he's pitched himself a whale of a ball game. Against this offense, he has given up just 2 runs on 4 hits. Cervelli hits the deck again. They had him spinning out of the batter's box last time up. Ground ball, fair ball inside the bag. Maybe extra bases. Bosch gets over there, but Cervelli will motor to second base. He's in with a stand-up double. 2 out, 2 base hit for the Yankees.
A little two-seam fastball at 89 miles an hour that kind of sank down into the happy zone of Cervelli, excuse me. And that ball was rifled right past the diving Kelly. Kelly's been picking everything down today.
Avila goes out to the mound. 2-out chance now for Pena, but here comes the pitching coach, Rick Knapp. 5 hits for the Yankees. They haven't scored since getting a run in the 3rd. While they chatted over there, we'll tell you that this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, Ryan Howard and the Philadelphia Phillies take on Prince Fielder and the Milwaukee Brewers. 2 big sluggers there. Coverage begins at 4 p.m. on your local Fox station. Fox 2 here in the Motor City. Phils and Brewers. Conversation over. Phil Koch now has joined Figueroa. Strike 1 up the right hand goes Ryan Runge. Pena 0 for 2. He's hit the ball twice in the air, twice to center field. Big run standing at second base right now. Pena trying to cash it in. Going 2.
Looked like a real nice slider from Bondo at 82 miles an hour. Pretty good depth. Bonderman still has an outstanding slider, but he just doesn't throw it as hard as he was throwing the slider when he had the 95-mile-per-hour fastball. He's had to back off of the breaking ball just a hair, and it's a dandy.
Down goes Pena. That's going to end the inning. Tigers still down by 2. You're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
Outstanding work in this game today. We talked about the fact that he had to bring his A game against this Yankees team, and he had to stay out of the heart of the plate. He has gotten it done with a mixture of two-seam fastballs with real nice sink action, an outstanding slider, and an occasional split-fingered fastball. 2 runs surrendered on 5 hits by Bonderman through 7 innings. What a night by Jeremy.
So the Tigers down by 2, facing Phil Hughes, Brendan Bosch, Alex Avila, and Don Kelly. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Yanks. No runs, 3 hits for the Tigers. The 1-0 pitch. Bosch with a big swing, 1-1.
Bosch standing in the batter's box, hitting a cool 346. No let up in sight.
Cabrera has a double, Bosch a single, and Maglio a single. Those are the 3 Tigers hits. Got some changes. Brett Gardner now has moved to left field. Here's the 1-2. Back out of play. Hughes has thrown 92 pitches to this point. Trying to get through the 7th. Here's the 1-2 to Bosch. That's going to get through. And so Bosch has his second hit.
Take a look at the defenders here. You can see Cano right here anticipating because he knows a breaking ball is coming, and that's exactly where Bosch has hit all the breaking balls and fastballs in that hole, but he fools him this time. He goes right back up the middle, and no play for Pena, nor the very talented Robbie Cano. And Bosch continues to impress with his outstanding swing.
2 for 3 tonight for Bosch, and here comes Avila. Tigers have just their 4th hit. Here's the 0-1. Alex tonight has fanned twice. The strikeouts are coming at a high rate here for Hughes. He has fanned 8, which is a season high. To the shortstop. Jeter to second one. Cano's relay is in time. The double play. That was Pena, rather, not Jeter. Double play makes it 2 outs, nobody on. 6-4-3. And just like that, Hughes back to where he wants to be now. He'll face Don Kelly. Kelly is over 2. Pop up and a strikeout. Broke his bat, and that's going to be a base hit. Tigers have had a few broken bats tonight. That one drops in for a single to keep the inning going. It will bring up Santiago. For 2 tonight for Ramon. Fouled away 0-1. Each team now 5 hits. Tigers have not been able to get on the board. They had a leadoff double in the second, couldn't score. With 1 out, the bases loaded, but Hughes pitched out of that jam. Oh, 2. There have not been many better pitch games against the Tigers this year than tonight's performance by Phil Hughes. And 1 pitch away from 100. 1-2. That's popped up. Should get him out of the inning. And it will as Teixeira makes the play. The Tigers are done. 7 in the books. The Tigers decided to undergo a little bit of change. At least some of them did. Mohawks abound in the clubhouse now. Alex Avila even sporting the Mohawk. And many of the bullpen pitchers sporting a new look. Of course, it was started with Johnny Damon, who had a Mohawk. Even Fouteini's got one.
They must have been bored in between games today.
With a wall-side windows pitching change now as one of those new Mohawks. Phil Cope checks in.
Former Yankee. And Phil Coke has been tremendous in a Tigers uniform, 3-0 with 4 holds, outstanding earned run average, and the league is hitting .254 against Phil. Good fastball, anywhere from 92 to 94, and a slider and also a changeup.
Derek Jeter leads it off. It'll be Jeter, Gardner, and Teixeira. Jeter right now 2 for 23 on their road trip. There's a walk, a steal, and a run scored tonight. One ball, one strike on Jeter. Yankees have not scored since getting a run in the third. Tigers have not scored at all against Phil Hughes. Foul back out of play, 1-2. The Yankees this year have had only 4 pitchers go 7 or more innings against them prior to today. And today, both Porcello and Bonderman each go 7. Cope coming on here in the 8th. And yet the offense, though, could not get anything, or at least to this point has not gotten anything together against the right-hander Hughes. Here's the 1-2. He went around, strike 3, and Jeter's struggles continue in the series.
Hey fans, follow the Tigers on your iPhone, iPod Touch, BlackBerry, and Android phones with MLB.com at Bat 2010, featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcast. Visit Tigers.com today for more details.
Here's Brett Gardner. Jeter now is 0 for 12 in the series. Same two teams tomorrow. Verlander and Sabathia hook up in the finale. Strike 1 on Gardner. 2 singles, a steal, and a run scored.
Phil Coke came into a ball game a couple of days ago, and Zamaya started the inning. And Phil Coke came in with the bases loaded and nobody out. Only 1 run scored in that game before he got some help from Ryan Perry. A lot of times that's how you measure the success of the setup men and guys that pitch in the 7th inning. How many inherited runners do they allow to score? And of course the Tigers bullpen this year has been very good in that regard. They've been the best bullpen in the American League.
Delayed call there by Runge, 1-2. $28,000 plus for the nightcap here. Today for game 1 in the doubleheader, we had 27,000 plus. Temperature right now down to 49 degrees here at the ballpark.
When the Tigers made that deal in the offseason, sending Granderson to New York and Jackson to Arizona, and there were a lot of people that didn't really like the move at first, but all baseball people that are in the know and that know talent, they felt at the time that the Tigers made a tremendous deal to get the 4 players that they got in return for the 2 that left.
Here's the 1-2. And he got him. Strike 3 as Coke strikes out a pair to start this inning.
Jackson and Coke have been tremendous this year. Scherzer is still trying to find his way. And Daniel Slareth, who is down in the minor leagues, has a really good arm as well. Left-hander that throws awfully hard. So it was a great move for the Tigers to the players they got in return for the 2 stars that left.
And bullpen ERA at 2.18. Tops in the American League. 2 outs now for Teixeira, who bats from the right side. Teixeira had an RBI single back in the 3rd, 1 for 3.
When Teixeira's career is done, he's going to have some really nice numbers for a switch hitter.
Two-0 from Coke. Tiger bullpen in that first game was outstanding as well. Perry came on for a 1-2-3-8, and then Valverde closed it out in the 9th inning. And tonight Coke seeing some action.
Take a look at his hand right here, the little thumb protector that he has on. A lot of players are wearing those these days to help them to get the bat out in the fingertips.
Lined and off the glove of the shortstop, Santiago.
Ugh. You don't see that very often. Line drive right at it.
2-out base runner. It's an error. He's 6.
Yeah, Ramon just missed that one. But you see a lot of guys wear that protective device that Teixeira wears, because certain guys have trouble getting the bat out of their hands so deeply, so they use that protective device to get the bat out into their fingertips which allows them to have more bat speed because they can whip the bat through the strike zone a little bit more quickly.
Here's Alex Rodriguez with 2 outs. The inning is still alive. And the first error of the game for either team. A-Rod, an RBI single in the first. And responsible for one of the 2 runs the Yankees have scored tonight. Another pitching duel here in the nightcap. Tigers now have committed 29 errors. Well, actually, 1 here in this game. And in the opener, they committed 1 as well, so it's an even 30. And it's the highest total so far this year. No balls, 2 strikes on Alex Rodriguez. Bouncing ball to short. And Santiago right there to get the force side retired. So nothing comes to the 2-out error. We go to the bottom of the 8th. American Bank, strength and stability since 1849. Wallside Windows, for a free in-home estimate, call 1-800-521-7800. And by Bell Tire, get the lowest tire price, period. Let's check out our Comerica game summary tonight with the Yankees on top in the 8th, 2-0. Cabrera has at least hit in 18 career games now against the New York Yankees. Bonderman 7 strong in this one, with only 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. But Phil Hughes just a touch better this evening with 8 strikeouts.
We're going to show you 6 of them. And Phil Hughes looking to go 5-0 this year. Tremendous breaking ball he had today. He elevated some fastballs in the mid-90s. He had a swing back fastball going as well. Very few changeups today, but you get an idea of why Hughes has been so good this year. And he's thrown lots of strikes.
And so now Jabba Chamberlain will take over.
17 strikeouts for Jabba Chamberlain in 14 2/3 innings against just 5 walks. Jabba had a miserable spring training and lost out that 5 spot in the rotation to Hughes, but his stuff works awfully well out of that Yankee bullpen. 97-mile-per-hour fastball he was featured the other night.
Sizemore to be followed by Jackson and Damon. We're in the 8th inning. Tigers down by 2. And Chamberlain pours in a fastball right at the knees of Sizemore for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike.
And Jabba pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher when setting up for Mariano. firm fastballs, mid to upper 90s, and a really nice slider as well that's in the low 90s.
Chamberlain now with a team-high 16 appearances. Got some changes in the outfield. Randy Wynn is checked into this game now. He is in left. Gardner is going to move back to center field. And Golson is going to go from center to right. So they tighten up their defense in the outfield. Swisher is out of the game. Bouncing ball left side. A-Rod cuts it off. Spins in a nice scoop at first base on the backhand by Teixeira.
What a nice luxury to have if you're the left side of the New York Yankees infield when you've got Teixeira, who is winning Gold Gloves every year, picking every bad throw that you throw. Nice job getting to the ball, and it looked like A-Rod set his feet, but from that sidearm angle that he throws from, he's been bouncing quite a few balls over there, but Teixeira bails him out.
There's Austin Jackson. Jackson fouls one away, 0-1. He is 0 for 3 in this game with a pair of strikeouts. Jackson had a good rip there at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball right at the belt. 0-2. Way high. Cervelli was setting up high, but not quite that high. Jabba last year made 31 starts. The 1-2 on the ground off Chamberlain. Gonna be tough to get him. Safe at first base. Jackson just beat it out.
Nice recovery by Jabba Chamberlain. Boy, that was nice recovery.
Make sure he's all right, and that didn't take long. Chamberlain made that play closer than I thought it'd be.
When the ball bounced off of him, he couldn't find it for at least a second. Then he finally located it, and he got over to it, and he shuffled over to first base, and with a nice stretch by Teixeira, they almost got him.
Ooh, I think they got him.
Jackson will take that base hit, though. He needed it close. Exmo will tell you.
So the tying run coming to the plate now in a 2-0 game, 1 on, 1 out. Strike 1 on Damon. Damon 0 for 2. He has a walk in this game. Bouncing ball hit to the right side. Ranging left is Cano. And they got him by a step.
He's got tremendous range at second base. As a matter of fact, since coming to the big leagues, no second baseman in the American League has gotten to more balls than Cano. That's the kind of range he has at that position.
Damon, who gets down the line in a hurry, made it really close at first base.
And very seldom do you see Cano leave his feet. And he's one of those guys that gets to a lot of balls without leaving his feet.
Here's Ordonez. Ball 1. Maglio hit 4 early home runs this year, but he has not hit one since the 17th of April. That was in Seattle. That was his last long ball. 1 for 5 career against Chamberlain with a strikeout. Two and one. Jackson got it going with an infield hit with 1 out. He's standing at second now with 2 outs. Now to Chamberlain out of the University of Nebraska. Try to hold up, couldn't do it though. 2-2 on Ordonez.
That's a tough pitch to lay off of when you've got a guy throwing 96 and he's throwing a slider at 90 miles an hour out of the same arm slot from the same window. You're going to get some swings like this. Most guys' sliders aren't 90 miles an hour. Maglio's got one of those little protectors on his thumb as well, which helps him keep the bat in his fingertips.
Swing and a miss. Boy, Chamberlain carved up Maglio. Inning over. We go to the 9th, 2-0. All right, Mickey, thank you. And it's Robinson Cano leading it off in the 9th inning. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Bronx Bombers. No runs, 6 hits for the Tigers.
Nice work by Mickey York today, doing a doubleheader in the studio. Keeping everybody updated.
Here's the 0-1 to Cano, and it's swung out and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. Cano in this game is 0 for 3. Win and then Golson to follow. Phil Coke came on. Innings worth of work in the 8th. And now here in the 9th. to hurt. On a chilly, chilly night, Cano is drilled by the pitch.
That's the last thing that Phil Koch was trying to do to his former teammate. But he was trying to make Cano move his feet with his good fastball inside, but it got too far inside. Looked like it just grazed him.
Leadoff man on, the hit batter. Here's Randy Wynn. It's his first at bat in this game. Mariano Rivera, who has not pitched since April the 30th against Chicago, is now warming up. They have not been able to get him into a game. And banged up a little bit. And it looks like he might get into this one. There he is, the future Hall of Famer, Mariano Rivera.
The only player in the major leagues that still wears number 42. And once he retires, no one will ever wear that number again, except on Jackie Robinson Day.
Ground ball. Look at Kelly make another terrific play. Close high to second. They will get the out there, and safe at first base is Wynn. A nifty play down there by Sizemore to climb the ladder.
Kelly was anticipating the bunt because he was in about 4 or 5 steps from his position at third, and he was able to snare it. And when he spins and throws, a nice elevation by Sizemore, and once Sizemore jumped up in the air, that basically took the double play out of order. They weren't going to turn that play.
Here's Greg Golson. First at bat in this game and in the series. Strike one to Golson. Grant Wilkes-Barre, the numbers that he had there, first major league at bat this season, right here for Golson. Knocked down by Avila. Golson spent most of the year at AAA with Texas last season, appeared in just one game with the big club. He's also had big league time, although very briefly with the Phillies in 08. High school out of Austin, Texas, is Golson. One and two. Day game scheduled here tomorrow. Verlander and Sabathia to wrap up this series. Tigers hoping for a doubleheader sweep here tonight. In fact, the last time the Tigers beat the Yankees, 2 games in one day here in Detroit, you got to go back to 1960. So it's been a while since the Tigers have been able to do that to the Yankees here. Of course, in those days, they scheduled doubleheaders. The 1-2 pitch is looped into shallow center field. That's going to drop in, base hit.
That's why hitting coaches will tell you it's not all bad to get jammed every now and then with 2 strikes. Koch made the pitch that he wanted to make, and he got in on the hands of Golson. But Golson still able to fight this ball off into shallow center field. Up and in is what Fox Tracks is telling us at 93 miles an hour.
Two on and one out. going to bring up Cervelli. That is the first career hit for Mr. Golson. Cervelli had a double back in the 7th. That came with 2 outs. He didn't score. Ball 1 from Coke. Tigers, when we get to the bottom of the 9th, will have Cabrera, Bosch, and Avila due up. Six hits for each team with that base hit by Golson. Looper into center. There's a base hit. Wynn coming around, and he will score. It's an RBI single for Francisco Cervelli, and now a 3-0 Yankees lead. A little soft serve into center field. Cervelli has his 3rd RBI, or 13th RBI, I should say.
Looked like Cervelli was looking for something inside, and the ball was away, and he reached out to grab it, and with Wynn's speed, there was going to be no play at home plate.
7 hits now for the Yankees, who had not scored since the 3rd, but they get a run here in the 9th. And a huge run, and they're still in business in a 3-0 game. Here's Ramiro Pena. Slice that one foul, back out of play. Pena is 0 for 3 tonight. He was 0 for 3 in the opener as well. Has played both ends. Figueroa still throwing in the Detroit bullpen.
If you're Coke in this situation, no need to overthrow. That last fastball at 93, he appeared to overthrow, and the ball was up in the strike zone. And what you have to do is somehow slow the game down to see if you could make that quality pitch at the bottom of the strike zone, which could get you a ground ball and possibly a double play to get out of this inning.
That will head back out of play. 1-2 on Pena. And Coke would love to get that double play and keep Jeter from hitting here in the 9th. He's in the on-deck circle, although he's had a rough series. Golson at second base and Cervelli at first. Rolled foul. So Pena's still alive. Joe Girardi's team having lost 3 straight, hoping to break that skid in this nightcap, and they have a 3-0 lead in the 9th. 30th pitch by Koch, but his ratio really good. He's thrown only 8 out of the strike zone. Actually, that was pitch number 31. And most of them strikes. Since coming on in the 8th, he struck out 2 batters in the 8th, but he hit the leadoff man here in the 9th. Missed it inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another foul back out of play. This one heading back to the seats. So Pena not going down without a fight. Alex Avila sporting the mohawk. We thought originally it was just the bullpen pitchers, but a few others sporting them as well. This will be the 8th pitch coming up in this at bat. Inside, it gets away, but not far enough. And now it's 3-2 on Ramiro Pena.
With a 3-run lead here in the 8th inning and a 3-2 count and 1 out. And more than likely, Girardi starts his runners.
Outside, he lost in ball 4. That's going to load the bases now for Derek Jeter, and it's also going to bring Jim Leland out of the dugout, and he's going to want to make a pitching change here. So they want the lefty out of the game. Figueroa has been warming up, and Koch will depart the scene. We'll step aside. Pitching change here in the 9th. 3-0 Yankees. Presented by the Deluxe Angus Third Pounder. Here's how the voting is going. Maglio right now with 41% of the vote, followed by Cabrera and then Austin Jackson. You can see the final results on Tigers Live. Also, check your text response for special offers from McDonald's. Well, we've got a problem here because Derek Jeter's going to be coming up with the bases loaded. He'll face Alfredo Figueroa, who was called up from AAA Toledo.
Figueroa was starting in the minor leagues and was doing a very nice job down there. As a matter of fact, when Jim Leland does need to bring up a pitcher, he usually brings up the one that's pitching the best baseball, and I thought for sure that would have been Galarraga. But Figueroa has pitched a little bit better than Armando to this point.
Jeter with the bases full. And a ball high, 1-0.
Not very big in stature is Figueroa, but he's got a really firm fastball at about 92 to 95. Also a slider and a changeup.
Figueroa just a couple of years ago in 08 won 12 games in the Midwest League in West Michigan. And he missed again. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, you're asking for trouble. And Derek Jeter has not done a whole lot in this series, but in a 2-0 count, if Derek decides to swing, you can bet he's going to hit the ball hard somewhere.
0 for 12 in the series for Jeter. The 2-0. And it's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1.
Good firm fastball at 94, located in a very nice spot. Down and away at 94. You can't do a whole lot with that particular pitch.
Chopper hit to the shortstop, coming home, and out at home plate. Nice play there by the catcher Avila on a tough ball to handle in the dirt. Santiago came up throwing, and they cut down the lead runner. That would be Golson.
Good play all the way around. Santiago playing about halfway depth, and he comes in and throws off balance. And a very nice pick by Avila as well.
Two outs. And that's going to bring out Brett Gardner. Base is still loaded. Gardner has a couple of hits. He has stolen and scored a run. Two on Gardner. Again, the Tigers in their half of the ninth will have Cabrera, Bosch, and Avila. Here's the 1-2. Kelly will give chase. Not going to get there, though. Back out of play. Figueroa last year made 3 starts with Detroit. He appeared in 5 games overall. Much of the year at AA Erie. He is out of the Dominican Republic, 25 years old. Alfredo. Here's the 1-2. Bouncing ball back up the middle, and a diving stop by Sizemore. Can't get the out at second base, though. Everybody is safe. Cervelli scores. That's another big run for the Yankees. They now lead 4-0. Third hit of the game for Gardner.
And Sizemore is showing some very nice range here up the middle. And able to get to it, but unable to shuffle it to Santiago. And these Yankees, as we talked earlier in the game, they were going to come out with both barrels blazing here in the second game of the nightcap. It's tough to sweep an outstanding baseball team like the Yankees.
Mark Teixeira singled in a run back in the third. Base is still loaded. 4 runs on 8 hits now for New York. One and one. Teixeira now 23 RBIs. Career with the bases loaded. Well, he's got 4 grand slams. A very lofty 352 average. Pena and Jeter and Gardner, the base runners. That's in the shallow center. Here comes Jackson. That's going to drop. Base hit. 2 more runs will score. Mark Teixeira to shallow center field. 3 RBIs on the night. It's now 6-0 New York. 9 hits now for the Yankees. And that's going to bring up Alex Rodriguez as they bat around here in the 9th. Ball 1 to A-Rod.
Figueroa just 1 of 4 in first pitch strikes since coming into the game to help out Phil Koch. And you can't pitch that way to the Yankees. You have to be strike 1 on them, which Porcello was earlier today. And the core of relievers were on Monday night, and that's how you have to pitch to New York. Porcello was sensational this afternoon. By far his best outing of the year, and one of the better performances I've seen Porcello with in his very young career.
Here's the 2-0. Bonderman pitched really well here in this nightcap.
Yes, he did.
He went 7 and gave up just the 2 runs. Tigers just could not figure out Phil Hughes. (3-0) meantime on Alex Rodriguez. 3-1. Driven down the left field line, fair ball. This will go to the corner. Another run is in. A-Rod is chugging towards second. He has a double and an RBI. The Yankees pouring it on now, 7-0.
That's been the hardest ball that's been hit against Figueroa in this inning, but 3-1 going up against Alex Rodriguez with runners in scoring position. He's going to get the job done most of the time. And it appears it was a 3-1 fastball that leaked right back over the heart of the plate. And A-Rod hit a seed. That'll get Rick Knapp out to try to calm the youngster down a little bit.
Well, these 2 teams will get together tomorrow to wrap up this series at 1 o'clock. And CC Sabathia with 4 victories taking on Justin Verlander. That'll be the 4th and final game in the series.
That should be an outstanding game. Both guys have walked 16 this year. Verlander with more strikeouts. Of course, Sabathia has 4 wins, and Verlander's earned run average continues to inch its way down with the last couple of performances that he has had.
Pinch runner now for Alex Rodriguez down there at second base. Kevin Russo, who pinch ran in the first game, is out there again. Here's Robinson Cano. He's hit by a pitch to start the inning. Ball 1 to Cano.
And that was an 0-2 count.
And it was about 20 minutes ago. A long half inning. They have scored 5 times. Two balls, no strikes. Cano is 0 for 3 in this game, plus the hit by pitch. Yankees now have 10 hits. There's another one that misses badly. 3 balls and no strikes. Now they're just going to put Cano on here with first base open. So he started the inning by being hit. Now he'll be walked. And that's going to reload the bases. And Randy Wynn will bat for the second time of the inning. Wheels falling off a bit for Jim Leland's squad here in the 9th. The bullpen unable to keep it a 2-run game. Way high, off the glove of Avila, score another run. As Teixeira comes racing home, and it's 8-0.
Well, one of the Tigers infielders probably need to go in and talk to Figueroa, because clearly he is not himself right now. I know Rick Knapp has already gone out, but this is where one of the position players, Cabrera, Santiago, Avila, and go out and have a little chat with him. See if they can calm him down to get him back in the strike zone.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. Way high again, 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody warming up in the Detroit bullpen. They've gone with Coke tonight, and now Figueroa here in the 9th. Here's the 2-1 to win. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Figueroa's just aiming the baseball right now. And when you aim the baseball up here, you usually don't throw a whole lot of strikes.
Three, 2. Wynn took a rip. Eight runs, 10 hits for the Yankees. No runs, 6 hits for the Tigers. 3-2 on Randy Wynn. All the way again. Tigers pitchers in this inning, and it started with Koch and now Figueroa, have combined to throw 47 pitches. And again the 3-2. Ball 4. So Figueroa walks another. And that's going to bring up Golson for the second time. Bases are reloaded. Rick Knapp on the telephone, chatting with the bullpen.
Well, they didn't want to get anybody up, but they've got to get some stirring down there just in case. Figueroa continues to unravel.
Golson takes ball 1. It's kind of a hopeless situation, or helpless situation, I should say. The Tigers wanted to finish this one out with Figueroa.
Well, he's missing with just about every single fastball up in the strike zone, which is an indication of a young pitcher that is rushing. The game is sped up on him, obviously, and he can't slow it down.
Futeni is now tuning up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Golson. Fouled straight back. 1-2. Golson got his first big league hit earlier in this inning. One of the 10 hits the Yankees have put up here in the nightcap. But a good portion of that against the Tigers bullpen tonight. Two and 2. Shot into right field, and Ordonez will make the play to mercifully end the inning. 6 runs in. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Now as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Time now for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. It'll be Mr. Cabrera.
He doubled earlier in this game against Phil Hughes, who was awfully stingy. And with that double, Cabrera has now hit in 18 straight games against the Bronx Bombers.
And here are the numbers. 18 consecutive games, longest hitting streaks against the Yankees. Michael Young, Scott Rowland, 11 straight. But the Tigers have a lot of ground to make up now. They're down 8-0 as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. It'll be Cabrera, Bosch, and Avila. And they're facing Mariano Rivera.
The greatest closer of all time. 7 saves and 7 opportunities this year, and no blemish as far as the earned run average is concerned. And he's pretty much gotten it done with one pitch, the cut fastball. First game since April 30th for the very talented right-handed closer.
That's skied into right field. Golston for the catch, and one gone.
Mariano is a free agent after this year, just like Derek Jeter, the shortstop. But I couldn't imagine either player, if they want to play next year, which they both want to play, I can't imagine them wearing another uniform.
Rivera with 44 saves last year has just been a fixture since '95 in that Yankees uniform.
It's kind of like when they took off under their skipper Joe Torre, at least that next year. They won 5 championships with Rivera and Jeter and Posada. Andy Pettitte left for a spell and went back home to Houston, but came back and won another championship, so he has 5 rings as well with the Yankees.
Brennan Bosch with 1 out. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bosch. Bouncing ball to third. And Bosch is out.
Let's take one more look at Phil Hughes this night. He came in with a 109 against batting average versus left-handed batters, and he dominated the Tigers' left-handed batters today. He had 8 strikeouts, 6 of which we're showing you right now. And our Comcast high-speed pitch is 95, and the low was 76. With that knuckle curveball that Hughes was featuring, but he has been as good as advertised. We heard he was good coming in. Oh, that last cut fastball. Wicked pitch by Mariano.
Alex Avila is 0 for 3.
Tigers had a couple of chances early in this game, albeit very small chances where they had a couple of runners in scoring position. On a couple of occasions, they had runners on second with nobody out, but Phil Hughes this year holding the opponents to a sub-200 batting average with runners in scoring position.
Long night for the skipper here in the nightcap, although it didn't become really long until the 9th inning because it was a 2-0 game until then. Fouled away. Rivera's first year, 95 with the Yankees. His first big year was 97 when he saved 43. And then he was off and running. Ball high, 1-2. Driven down the right field line. That'll hook foul. There are your top 5. Hoffman at 596, then Rivera, then Lee Smith. Rivera, 40 years old. And strike 3 called. Avila punched out of there, and that is that. The Yankees will gain a split with a win here tonight. 8-0 our final.